What's up, guys? It's AttackonSamurott, and here is Wi-Fi battle number 8 for, again, Pokemon Sun and Moon. Actually, what I say that we've been playing this game for like a couple months now. But anyways, my opponent, Hector, I actually got this battle off of Facebook. I don't remember which Facebook group it was. But I do know I need to make my own separate account for my channel for this, for YouTube, for Facebook. So, yeah, anyways, my opponent has a pretty cool looking team, actually. It looks like, it kind of looks like it's a pre-banked team, but at the same time, it also looks like it could be a post-banked team as well. At the time I had this battle. But again, all these games currently are, post-game, post-bank. But my opponent, again, has a pretty interesting team. He has a Palisand, a Espeon, Dragonite, a Feraligatr. He actually has a Mega Kangaskhan, and a Porygon Z. I didn't know he had it, so I kind of just let it slide. But in the future, I probably won't be having games where there'll be like stuff like Aegislash or Mega Salamence or Mega Kangaskhan or any Uber legendaries. I don't want to see any of that stuff. But I'm still rocking my the team I've had for the past two battles. Rocking my Choice Banded Victini with Flare Blitz, Zen Headbutt, Wild Charge, U-Turn, Mega Aerodactyl with a Stone Edge, Earthquake, Iron Head, and Ice Fang, dab on the Hitmontop with Rapid Spin, Close Combat, Earthquake, and Gyro Ball. I'ma prick the Ferrothorn with Leech Seed, Stealth Rock, Gyro Ball, and Spikes, Specially Defensive Gastrodon with Scald, Recover, Ice Beam, and Toxic, and Bulky Muck with the Knockoff, Shadow Sneak, Flamethrower, and Poison Jab for the stab. So, yeah, before we get into this battle, leave a like and comment for more of my content that I would love to bring to my channel. Subscribe so that way my content can get better and more polished. And, yeah, so let's get into this battle. If it can, okay, there you go. So I actually don't remember what I started off in this game. I think it was still Victini, because again, he doesn't really have a great answer to it. So yeah, I did start off with Victini, like I said. So my opponent starts off with the Palisand. So this is actually my first game, fighting a Palisand. So I didn't really know what they could do. I didn't really see them too much. But right here, I'm just gonna go for the U-turn. And this U-turn does very little to that Palisand, so that told me that, Palisand is pretty bulky anyway, pretty physically defensive, so that U-turn damage probably didn't matter. But my opponent is going to go for the Earth Power, and Earth Power is actually going to do a lot to me. So that told me that his Palisand was most likely offensive, so it could have been like modest, maybe even quiet nature, but I didn't see any Life Orb damage, so I didn't know if he was, like, completely offensive. But I think he had lefties or something. Oh, he could have been like soft sand or something like that. I don't know. But I'm gonna get the Leech Seed off on this, and that is gonna get me above half after this. So really glad I landed that on him. So I'm gonna get a little bit more leftovers. I'm gonna get some Leech Seed health back. And again, he's outspeeding me. Now it doesn't really matter because Ferrothorn is slow anyway. But I think Palisand is slow too, but I think it's slightly faster than Ferrothorn. And also I'm running Sassy Nature on my Ferrothorn anyways, so speed doesn't really matter in this case. But Gyro Ball is actually going to hit, and that's actually going to do a little bit of damage to it, so maybe his Palisand has some speed investment, because that Gyro Ball actually did a good amount to it. Actually did a decent amount to it. So this thing is slowly getting whittled down by Leech Seed. I'm going to predict him to go for the Earth Power again, so I'm going to bring in my Aerodactyl. So I bring in an Aerodactyl, gonna get the pressure on this thing, gonna pressure this thing down as my opponent goes for the Earth Power, and Earth Power does no damage because I am in the air. So right here I did a misclick thing, and I went for the Iron Head without Mega Evolving. If I did Mega Evolve, then that Iron Head would have definitely taken out his Palisand. But he goes for the Giga Drain, and Giga Drain doesn't really do that much. I mean, it does a decent amount, but after Leech Seed, I'm able to pretty much gain back the health I lost, or at least like some of the health I lost. So now I'm going to be at 125, and now I'm going to Mega Evolve, and now I'm going to hit this thing with the Iron Head, being Tough Claws boosted, and yeah, this Palisand is about to drop to this Iron Head, and boom, there it goes. Palisand drops, and now what I do right here is, I believe, okay, so he brings in the Feraligatr. That means I have to switch because I don't want to get hit with an Aqua Jet, because that would really suck for me. So I'm gonna switch out. I'm gonna go into my Gastrodon to see if he goes for the Water type move, and instead, well, he does go for the Water type move, like I thought. like I thought. So he goes for the Dragon Dance right here. So he's gonna get up a DD. So that means his attack's gonna go up, and plus his speed, so he's gonna be faster than everything that's not Aerodactyl on my team. So I go for a Scald, and Scald is going to do a good amount, especially after that boost. And I also burn this thing too, so now it is at -1, I believe. Yeah, it's at -1. So this is great for me. I'm gonna switch out, and I'm going to go into I'm a Prick, since I'm a Prick was pretty much the best switching I had to take this thing. He goes for the Ice Punch, and that Ice Punch does a lot, like a lot. So yeah, that told me that he was most likely a Sheer Force Feraligatr. So I'm not really gonna, you know, trip over that and everything, because I did a lot of damage. So basically I have to sack I'm a Prick right here. So I'm a Prick's gonna get sacked, and I lied. It lived on 2. It lived on 2, and I get my rocks up. So that means that no more multi-scale on the Dragonite, and also he can't Magic Bounce because he didn't bring Espeon in. So this is great for me. Now that hazards are up, that's gonna whittle down his team a little bit, which is great. So I'm very, very lucky that I'm a Prick lived that. So I'm gonna save this thing for a little bit longer, and I'm going to bring in my Gastrodon. Basically, I'm going to save Ferrothorn for Flutter later. He goes for the Ice Punch again, and Ice Punch is still doing a crap ton of damage. So I was really trying to figure out if he was like Life Orb or something. I think he was. He was probably Life Orb Sheer Force. But right here, he goes for the Ice Punch again, and I believe I just went for Scald again, just trying to whittle him down. But that Ice Punch is going to bring me into the yellow range, which basically means that if this burn doesn't take him out, then I may have to sack my Ferrothorn at this point. So gonna get some lefties health back too, and the burn is not gonna take out the Feraligatr, which means I have to switch out, and I have to let my Ferrothorn drop. Oh wait, no, wait. Yeah, no, wait, no. Okay, I went into Victini to take the Ice Punch. Great, that's what I did. So I went into Victini, took the Ice Punch. Victini took the Ice Punch decently well, but that's because of the crit. Because of the crit, I would have taken that. If he didn't get a crit, I would have taken that a lot better. But Feraligatr's gonna drop, which is great. So that's 2 mons down for him, Palisand and Feraligatr. Brings in the Kangaskhan. So you know what that means, right? That means I switch. That means I switch. So I switch out my Victini, and I go into I'm a Prick to whittle him down even more after whatever he does. So Kangaskhan's gonna Mega Evolve right here. So there's the Mega. And it actually got nerfed this gen. It does, like, I think its second attack does about like 25%, so they actually half the second amount. So I think my opponent went for Sucker Punch or something and missed or something like that. But my opponent is gonna go for the Power Up Punch, and that is gonna give him a +1 boost. But at the same time, this thing is also gonna get whittled down by Iron Bar. So this is great for me. So I'm gonna drop, but it did a lot of work in this game though. I'm definitely glad it put in that work. So I'm gonna bring in Dab on him right here. Gonna get the Intimidate drop on it. Gonna do a Dab on the field. Just do like, there we go. So gonna intimidate this Kang. He goes for the Dizzy Punch. I don't know why he did. If he went for a Return, it actually would have done a lot more. Maybe even not. It wouldn't have taken me out, but it would have gotten me a lot lower. So go for the Close Combat, and Kangaskhan is going to drop to it. So that is great for me. So Kang drops. to the close combat. So that's a huge threat out of the way. So my opponent is going to bring in the Espeon, and basically what this means is that I can bring in Muk for free because he doesn't have anything to hit me with. So I switch out Dab on him, and I'm gonna bring in Muk, predicting a Psychic type move, which I do get because he does go for the Psychic. So what this means is that he has to switch out, and what this also means is that I get a free knockoff on something and potentially poison something too. So he brings in Jarvis, his Porygon Z. So Jarvis is kind of a threat, kind of. He's gonna get the download boost. I mean the download, and gonna get the attack off. I mean the attack boost, which is not great for it because Porygon Z is not a physical attacker. But there is a Z move, and Z moves hurt a lot. So my opponent is gonna go for the Z move, and surprisingly, it is not a Z conversion. It is actually breakneck blitz. So basically what this thing does is that it just charges at me with its strongest normal type move, which I'm pretty sure was a hyper beam, maybe even tri attack. I doubt tri attack. Actually, it might have been tri attack because I lived it. I go for the poison jab and it drops. So yeah, if it was Z conversion though, that would have really sucked for me. But luckily it wasn't. So all my opponent has left is the Dragonite and the Espeon. So Espeon comes in, and I'm just like, I don't really fear this thing. The most it could do is Dazzling Gleam. So if it did take me out, I wouldn't really care. So instead I just go for the Shadow Sneak. Gonna finish this thing off, or try and get it at least close to finishing off. But then I get the Poison Touch. That boy is poison. I mean, that girl is poison. Okay, I tried, but it didn't really work. But goes for the Dazzling Gleam, and Muk is gonna drop. So yeah, Muk just got dazzled by the Espeon, but you know, it's all good. So I bring in my Aerodactyl, and Aerodactyl basically outspeeds everything else on his team. So I go for the Iron Head, gonna knock that Espeon right out. So Espeon drops, and now all my opponent has left is the Dragonite. So basically this play all had to be if I don't miss an Ice Fang or a Stone Edge. So right here I go for my Stone Edge, and I don't miss. The Dragonite is gone. The night is gone. The day is here. But Dragonite drops, and that is a GG. So good game to my opponent. Again, he really caught me off guard with the Porygon Z being Breakneck Blitz instead of it being Z conversion, because I was really prepared for that. Honestly, like I would have done it would have been a difficult game. It would have been a difficult game if he was Z conversion. But luckily he wasn't, so I didn't really have to worry about it too much, and Muk was able to finish it off anyway. I think even if he was Z conversion, I still would have been able to deal with it with Muk. But again, good game to my opponent. So yeah. So leave a like and comment for more Wi-Fi battles on the channel and such. Subscribe so my content can be better updated, better polished and everything. And I will see you in another Wi-Fi battle. Take care and have a good one.